Yeah, first of all, happy holidays to everyone, and it was a great opportunity for us to get back out there again. I think being off 9 or 10 days, our guys really relished the opportunity to get back out on the floor, and didn't matter who it was against. But it was a great day from the standpoint of balance and scoring, and then a really good defensive effort. So, what we're banking on is try to get this carryover from now until our first game in our third game in conference starting up on December 30th. So looking forward to that opportunity, but right now we'll celebrate this and get some guys some rest and get right back after it.
Pat, as a coach, you always want your guys to be ready to step up to the opportunities, and that's what the guy here left did today. How impressive was Devin? And that's really kind of an example of being ready when your number's called, right?
Absolutely, and we talk about this all the time. And there's a thing that we used, and we've talked about it. A couple weeks ago, was the Stonecutter's Credo by Jacob Reese, and it was about just keep pounding at the rock. And it may not have been that 100th blow, but it was that 101st, or it may not have been that 101st blow, it was the 100th before that. And that's certainly what he does. He works all the time, never afraid when someone's asking him to do extra, do more, even though his opportunities weren't as often as he probably wanted. But it's a testament to him and his work ethic, and then when your opportunity comes, you got to take advantage of it, and he did tonight.
Devin, from your vantage point, there's obviously some pretty talented guys ahead of you in the rotation. Mm-hmm. How tough has it been to wait your turn this season?
It's hard, but as I progress and as I keep going, I just understand, what the circumstances are, and I just feel like that if you keep working and just wait till your time come, and you'll be ready.
Did you, with what's going on with some of the guys that were missing today, did you have a feeling? Did you know that today your minutes would probably be up?
Yes, me and Coach talked about that before, and I seen the numbers were going down. People was getting out, so I just had to step up my work even more. Be in the gym.
Shooter, when you see that first, you get those first couple shots that go in, your confidence usually soars. Was that the case for you today?
Yeah, right. So the first shot that I got, Dre passed it to me. It was all net, so I knew that I was going to be on today because it didn't even hit the rim.
Pat, you obviously see these guys every day, and recruiting them, you know what their strengths and weaknesses are. Shooting is Devin's strong point, isn't it for him?
It is. It's a definite strength for him, and we got to try to maximize it when he is on the floor. And when he first got out there, sometimes his shot may not come from the standpoint of us running plays for him. It's him sprinting out in transition, which he got in the corner three. It was another one on the wing, which he got. Then he started getting some plays called for him, but we got to take advantage of that and try to find ways to get him out on the floor. The other thing that he understands too is with being a good shooter and us trying to get him opportunities out on the floor. The defensive end is a priority for us as well. So he knows that working on both ends, and especially on the defensive end, hopefully creates those opportunities. So again, I'm happy for him, and it was a welcome sight to see some threes go down today.
When did you become aware that the numbers might be in jeopardy here? You'd be missing some guys today.
Yeah, there was some, just during the week, and obviously we had 10 days off, and guys were, having finals. But then I just found out the guys were getting sick, so we just had to go through our health and safety protocols and just make sure that, from that standpoint, that we just kept everybody safe. And if you had a sniffle, we kept you out, or a cough. So, that was the biggest thing for us, is just making sure that we're the healthy guys that we try to keep healthy, and those guys that are getting a little bit sick, that they just stayed away, and we adhered to the health and safety protocols of the university.
It's such a, nobody has the answers to this kind of stuff. If you have any kind of feel as to, when guys might start coming back, the guys that you were missing today, because obviously you've got two pretty big games coming up on the road fairly soon.
Yeah, that's something I have to talk with Grant and Aaron, who does all of our those protocols and all those measures that we have to go through. So I'll talk with them afterwards and try to figure out when they're going to be when they'll be back. And we're off until the 26th, so hopefully they can get back at that point.
Yeah.
and we can start practicing and getting ready for Wrights Day.
And then just one other question I had, scheduling is obviously kind of a tricky thing. Every year there's hurdles that you have to get over. Can you explain to fans or people that might not understand, like, having an NAIA team in here, I would imagine it's not like, a goal, but you have to get a game in. Did you have difficulty scheduling a Division I opponent, or was this a game that you wanted for some
Well,
reason?
throughout the entire non-conference schedule, we had difficulty scheduling opponents, and so we settled on the teams that we had, and they were all very good. And if you see all across college basketball that a lot of it has to do with the dates. Do they match up? And certainly now, a lot of teams were done after finals, and they're not playing until they get to their conference slate. And this was the best time that we could fit in an opponent. And so, listen, with scheduling, it's a tough deal. You got to, you're trying to find home games. You're trying to find the right opponent. You're trying to, obviously, in our situation, a lot of times we have to get some guarantee games. So you got to fit them in where you can, and this is just when this game slotted in. A lot of times teams play. You can go up and down the college basketball map, and you'll see schools playing either Division II or III or NAIA teams, and this is just when this slotted in.
Yeah, and then you at that point you're looking for a school that's relatively close, and that it's a good opportunity for them. So it makes sense in that regard, right?
Yeah, for me, it didn't matter who we played today. Just like I said, we were just looking for an opportunity to get back out on the floor. We needed to find rhythm. We needed to, some of the things that we had been working on, we needed to see that in action again before we started conference.